Okay, this video is going to begin with 1.2 in your book, and it talks about HTML page elements. In your book, you'll see some yellow pages. I'm looking at page 22 and 23, and it gives you a visual overview about what you're going to be doing. Okay, so we're going to be still in this About Us page. We're going to be putting in some images and some text. So we're going to begin on page 25. Okay, so we are in the CT_About Us page, which is where we left off in our last video. If you have closed this file, just go to where you have your data files, right click, and edit with Notepad++. Okay, so on page 25, it has us putting in a header in the body section. Okay, this is not the same as the head section of your HTML page. The header is just going to be an area that is labeled header. So I'm going to open my header. Then under that, I'm going to tab just to try to keep everything readable. Okay, I'm going to put a heading level 1, and you can read about the heading levels on page 24. There are 6 heading levels, heading level 1 being the largest and the boldest. Okay, so we're going to have an H1 tag, and it's going to say curbside tie. And then just close the heading level 1 tag. And then under that, we're going to close the header. Okay, I'm keeping everything nice and lined up. All right, so I'm going to open up a tag called article. And again, this is just a section called article. And this is going to be important when we start styling, because we can apply a style for the header. We can apply a different style to the article. Okay, and that's why we do that. So in the article, there is a heading level 1, and this is going to say About Us. And then close that article. The last item is going to be a footer. And same thing, it's just a section that can have a particular style applied to it. So no heading level 1s here. We're just going to type in curbside tie. And most of the time in the footer you will find contact information. So we're going to have the address. And phone number. Oops. And then we're just going to close the footer. Okay, so I'm going to save the changes to this file. And something we haven't done yet is to look at our page in a browser. So when you make any changes to your page, I want you to check it in a browser. So I'm going to go to where my files are. Okay, and I'm on the aboutus.html page, and I'm just going to open this up. Okay, and this is what we should have so far. Okay, this is the heading level 1 in the header section. This is a heading level 1 in the the article section, and this is my footer. Okay, so that's what we should have so far. Now, I'm not going to close this. I'm going to leave it open, but I am going to flip over to Notepad++ and continue making some edits. Now, on page 28, we're going to be in the head section, or the header section. I'm sorry, the article section, just under About Us. Okay, in the article section, just under the heading level 1 for About Us. Okay, so I'm going to go to my data files, and the book publisher has graciously um, given us some stuff so we don't have to type it out. Okay, it is in the ct_pages.txt file. So I'm going to open it up and just open it in Notepad or whatever. It's just a text file. Okay, and you'll see this file open up, and there are 3 paragraphs under About Us, and we're going to copy all 3 of those paragraphs so we don't have to type this out. So just going to right click and copy. I'm going to keep this open and just click Notepad++, and then under the About Us I'm just going to right click and paste. I'm going to format this a little bit. I'm going to put this in paragraph tags. Okay, I'm going to open a paragraph tag there and then close it after the period for truck. And then do the same thing for these other paragraphs. I am going to tab and close it after deliver. And same thing for this final paragraph. Put in paragraph tags. Okay, so I'm going to save this page and view it in a browser. Remember, you want to do this every once in a while. So I pull up this page and I have to refresh it. So for the changes to show, make sure you refresh the page, and you should have those 3 paragraphs there. Make sure you have a line in between the paragraphs. Okay, so everything's looking good so far. I'm going to go back to Notepad++ and do a little bit more. In this first paragraph, I'm going to click just before the word curbside, and I'm going to put in a tag for strong. The strong tag is bold. Okay, so I'm going to click after the I in tie and close the strong tag. Okay, now I've had questions, does it matter if I click just after the I or if I click after the space? It really doesn't matter that much. It's better design though if you click right after the I and not include anything extra in the tags. Okay, so that should bold. I'm going to go down to the bottom or the middle paragraph and click just before the curbside, and I'm going to put in a tag that's EM. Okay, this stands for emphasis. Okay, to close this tag, I'm going to click just after the R and close the EM. I'm not going to include the period. Okay, and emphasis is just italicized. All right, then the last thing I'm going to do, well, there's a little bit. In this last paragraph, Carolina Traveler here is a magazine. So I'm going to put it in tags, cite tags. Oops, I'm going to need to close the cite tag here. And then, so this paragraph, contact us to cater your next party and experience what Carolina Traveler called the finest Asian food on or off the streets of Charlotte. So this is a quote. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to use the Q tag for quote. Okay, and I'm going to close it just before that period there. Okay, so we have made a few changes, so I'm going to save this and I'm going to view this in my browser. Don't forget to refresh because your changes will not show unless you refresh. So let's make sure all of the changes were applied. Curbside tie is bold. I have emphasis, curbside tie will deliver. Okay, I have the cite tag here for Carolina Traveler. And then I have quotes in this last line here. Okay, so everything looks good and like it's supposed to.